So the other day, I found myself opening up my Switch to play Monkey Ball Banana Mania, and I just stopped on the title screen listening to the opening theme. I didn't realize I should probably see a doctor, but it was at that moment I realized I needed to make a list of my personal favorite songs. This list makes up some of my favorite songs from any video game I have experienced. Now, whether these songs bring back good or traumatizing memories is something I won't think too hard about. Oh, we'll get to you. Some bring back fond memories, some I find iconic, and some are so good that despite anything else that game may try to do, it had to be on the list. This list could probably change at any moment, to be honest. It really depends on my mood that day, but if I had to lay my life on the line and give my favorite video game songs, this would be it. This song just evokes terror every time I hear this first couple of beats. Flashbacks to the long-fought fights I had to get through just to attempt this final showdown go through my head. This song plays when battling Sephiroth in his ultimate form. This fight was really difficult for me, having to redo it over and over again. The chorus really sets this feeling of, I am up against the strongest being in existence, oh dear, oh god, someone save me, oh dear. Sephiroth's supernova attack really is just a gigantic flex. Like bro, he took it out the solar system. That paired with the song shows me the true terror of him. And it's just because of that unique feel I get from this is why it belongs to be mentioned here. If I'm gonna be honest, Ocarina of Time isn't amazing, but it's still a pretty solid time. It's definitely a really good game, great even, just not the greatest. But you wanna know what is amazing about it? Its graphics. Soundtrack, and in my opinion, none shine as bright as Gerudo Valley. Gerudo Valley is another iconic one. Its beginning beat reminds me of those horse hooves hitting the ground from the opening. The song itself is like going on an adventure, traveling on a long road trip with really no end in sight. Then the guitar rolls in and takes center stage with its smooth melody. This song really is good. I have no personal connection really to Steve getting in Smash. I played Minecraft growing up, but I was never obsessed with the character himself or really the game. But to see him get in Smash standing next to Snake, Samus, and Mario really just boggles my mind. This song was the one that played in his reveal trailer, and is by far and away the most catchy song I've heard. Period. Really, this song is so emotional and catchy. It goes from super fast pace to slower but upbeat and then back to fast again, all done on a piano. The song's tempo even matches up perfectly with the day and night cycle of the stage. But what really takes the cake is how this is a song for a Minecraft x Super Smash Bros. Collaboration, and it is this good. It really throws me through a loop. This is an odd choice for myself. This is the only game on the list I didn't actually play. Rather, I watched my brother play all the way through. This game just brings around good memories of sitting on the ground, joking with my brother, really. I chose Beneath the Mask in particular, as this is the song that plays when night falls and you can really just do whatever you want in the game. We would mess around, making fun of anything really. Good times. Also, it helps that the song is just super chill to listen to. This song just screams adventure as it plays in the mountain range in Link's Awakening towards the end of the game. It's so good, especially the Switch version. The Game Boy version's no slouch either, but the way it was modernized was so well done, it just had to be on here. This is probably my favorite Zelda track as it is. Link's Awakening has a special place in my heart, as it was the first true traditional Zelda game I ever beat. Top down and all, it managed to captivate me in a way I would have never expected. Coming from a guy who doesn't play Zelda games much, this really said something. Look, I'm not nostalgic for Sonic in the slightest. In fact, I dislike almost all of his games because to me, they are clunky catastrophes of code. However, the 2D games aren't like that for the most part. Sonic Mania in fact might be one of my favorite games I've played this year, and the song that plays for Chemical Plant Zone for the boss really takes the cake. This song goes so hard on something that's just really silly, it's so good. And the fact that this moment happens out of nowhere really caught me off guard. So, in conclusion, play Sonic Mania. What was one of my favorite games of last year, Kid Icarus Uprising has a pretty solid soundtrack. All in all though, it's pretty alright. However, this game has 4 to 5 bangers that are just so good and makes it for a lot of its otherwise pretty forgettable themes. And this soundtrack goes hard, it goes hard. Dark Pit is obviously one of those examples I'm referring to. This song plays in Chapter 6, chasing after, well, Dark Pit, in the sky. The way the music matches what's going on in the gameplay and the dialogue that's occurring really is something else. It creates something really engaging that hasn't really been replicated in any other game I've played. I just believe that Dark Pit's theme is the best example of this, as well as being the most catchy song in the game. Color Splash may have been one of the most underrated Nintendo soundtracks I've ever seen. Well, probably because no one played it. Anyways, this orchestrated soundtrack has so many hits in it like Ruddy Road, Lemmy's Grand Finale, and of course, Sunglow Ridge. Something about this is very emotional. It's very uplifting and was actually put in one of the better levels of Color Splash. It sounds almost like celebratory music played during a credit sequence. The claps used for the beat in between when the instruments pause is really unique. The whole OST is orchestrated like a lot of other Nintendo games from this era, so go on ahead and treat your ears. Not only is this iconic, but its timing of when this song plays speaks volumes. You know when this song plays, things are about to go down. The pressure is mounting, and the time has come to make the correct choice that will decide the outcome of the case. The intensity of this track is what has defined the whole Phoenix Wright series. The adrenaline rush that goes through my bloodstream when this plays speaks so much about this game. Like Sonic Mania, please, play Phoenix Wright. This series needs every fan it can get. Super Mario Galaxy probably is one of the best soundtracks of all time. The epic scope of its score really is hard to put into words. It's a game that you have to play to understand, really. And that says something, as this is a Mario game. Buoy-based Galaxy I feel is probably the best example of this, more so than Gusty Garden even. You platform up a large tower in this level, which has a feel of invading a castle almost. The music leaves the player feeling determined to climb up, wondering what could be at the top. The feeling of wonder that's ever present in the galaxy is in full effect here. Curiosity hits the player, and climbs up the tower to explore the unknown black abyss. We have entered the legendary status now, as Grant Kirkhope's magnum opus has appeared. The Banjo-Kazooie soundtrack is something different, man. The music of this game mixes the environment with the instruments in a way I don't think anyone else has even come close to replicating. I think this is showcased best, however, in Click Clock Wood. The 4 seasons of this level each have their own theme, and mix the elements of the environment from that season to the song. For spring, you hear chirping and insects spring to life, as it's that time of year. For summer, you hear a lot more birds and insects, bees buzzing by, and the song is slower paced to represent the summertime feel. In autumn, frogs can be heard humming along as they've matured from tadpoles at this point. Woodpeckers getting ready for hibernation can be heard banging on trees. The song itself is much slower than summertime. Then winter hits, and the only thing that can be heard is a slow, cold breeze. It's just genius the way he incorporates everything into something that not only represents the season through sounds, but actually sounds amazing simultaneously. Of course though, spring takes the cake as the best song of them all. I think it just represents Banjo-Kazooie as a game whole. People talk about final levels of a game, but none left me more in shock than Bowser's Galaxy Generator. For starters, this theme plays in the platforming section leading up to the final encounter. The game throws at you different mechanics you have encountered throughout the game. The music matches the test they throw in front of you, giving this feel of importance to the level that nothing else other than this final fight coming up is important. The music is so grand in scale, it's hard to even describe in words. It feels as if you are fighting to take your last breath, and to get that feeling out of a game from a guy in overalls in space really just says something about your mental status.